There are homes that are not poor at all, yet every single day, money quietly slips away. Not through the back door, but right beneath your feet where the doormat lies. In Feng Shui, the main entrance is believed to be the gateway through which wealth and good energy flow in and out of the house. That is why anything placed in this area can influence the prosperity of the entire family. The doormat, placed at your front door, may seem small and unimportant, but it is actually the first thing the energy comes into contact with. When its color is not suitable, it can block wealth, prevent positive energy from gathering, and cause money to come and go without stability. In today's video, I will reveal the doormat colors you should absolutely avoid so you do not accidentally attract bad luck or disrupt the energy of your home. Before we begin, drop a comment below with this powerful affirmation. I always keep my home clean and cared for so that luck and prosperity constantly flow into my house. And do not forget to subscribe to Master Zhen, Feng Shui Secrets for Wealth, so you will not miss any practical Feng Shui tips that can help make your living space more balanced and full of positive energy every single day. The front door is the very first place one must pass through before entering the living space inside. When even the smallest details are kept tidy and appropriate, daily life within the home tends to run more smoothly and with greater order. This kind of stability helps people naturally develop habits of managing their work and finances more clearly, reducing unnecessary loss. It is through these consistent routines that wealth has a better chance of staying and being preserved over time, rather than coming and going randomly. Beyond lifestyle habits, a doormat also has an indirect influence on the mental state of the people living in the house. Every time someone enters or leaves, there is a subtle feeling created small, but repeated over and over again. When that feeling is pleasant and balanced, our minds tend to stay more grounded, which helps us make more careful and rational financial decisions. On the other hand, if that feeling is often uncomfortable or heavy, our mood can be affected, which may lead to impulsive or careless spending. That is why the impact of a doormat lies in how it helps maintain or disrupt our emotional state day after day. In the context of the year 2026, where outside factors are constantly shifting and often unpredictable, the home becomes a place that keeps rhythm and provides a sense of safety. A well-organized living space can help ease stress and prevent unnecessary disruptions in both daily life and financial matters. Small details like a doormat, when given proper attention, can support that sense of stability. But when the space lacks harmony, it can build up a subtle sense of unease, eventually affecting how wealth is sustained over time. In the end, a doormat does not determine whether you are rich or poor, but it does reflect how much the homeowner cares about the foundation of their life. When a person takes care of the basics and keeps their home neat and intentional, their daily routines and financial habits naturally become more mindful and better planned. That kind of intentionality is what truly allows good luck and wealth to stay, especially in a year like 2026, when stability has become one of the most valuable things any family can have. Now that you understand why a doormat can affect the wealth and fortune of your home, the next step is to take a closer look at specific colors you should avoid using to prevent a heavy energy and maintain harmony in your living space. The first color, black. The issue with a black doormat starts with its visual impact at the front door. This is the very first spot that guests see, and also the first thing that you yourself come into contact with when going in and out of the house. When the mat is too dark, this area can feel closed off and heavy, making the entrance look heavier and less welcoming than it actually is. This impression is not about personal beliefs or spirituality, it is simply a natural response from the human eye to certain colors. A dim-looking entryway does not feel open or inviting, which can be a disadvantage for any household hoping for smooth energy and easygoing connections, both in daily life and in business. Another completely separate problem comes from how black doormats are used over time. Because dirt is harder to see on black, people tend to clean or replace these mats less frequently. But when something placed right at the entrance is used for too long without being cared for, it can easily become a spot where moisture, dust, and unpleasant smells build up. This directly affects how clean and fresh the entryway feels. A home that lacks a sense of freshness can easily become sluggish, and that sluggishness often shows up in how we manage our routines and our money. If you still want to use a black doormat, the key is to reduce its downsides and increase balance around the doorway. Choose a mat with a light border, a subtle pattern, or a thin material to avoid the feeling of heaviness. Make sure to clean or replace the mat regularly and do not leave it there for too long. Also, ensure that your entryway has enough light and stays dry, so the space feels open. When you do these things, black no longer becomes a block, it just becomes a neutral color choice in your living space. The second color, bright red. Bright red is not a good choice for a doormat placed in front of the house because the role of this color does not align with the purpose of a transitional space. In everyday life, bright red is typically used for things that need to grab strong attention, like warning signs, advertisements, decorations at events, or areas meant to energize. But a doormat is meant to be part of the background, a supporting element that guides, not something that stands out. When a bold, attention-grabbing color like red is placed in a spot that requires neutrality, it throws off the natural role of the space. The entryway loses its sense of stability. Another thing to keep in mind is that bright red is very difficult to maintain over time. It fades easily, shows wear quickly, and loses its visual appeal once it starts getting scuffed. And since a doormat experiences constant friction, bright red often becomes dull, patchy, or uneven in color after a while. When this happens, the entrance to the home can look neglected, even if the homeowner never meant to ignore it. Because bright red ages so fast in this kind of use, it becomes a less practical, less sustainable option for a space that is supposed to be stable and long-lasting. If your family is already using a bright red doormat, the solution is to rethink the role of color rather than sticking with it as it is. You can switch to deeper red tones like brick red or reddish brown, or go for a neutral colored mat that just has a small touch of red for accent. Also, keep an eye on when the mat starts to fade and replace it before it starts looking worn out. When red is placed in the right context and used for the right function, your front door will return to being a space that supports balance instead of becoming a visual disruption in your living environment. The third color, dark green. Dark green often brings to mind nature, plants, and growth, but when used on a doormat in front of the house, it tends to feel out of sync with modern-day living. Dark green is slow, deep, and still more suited for spaces of rest or places that need calm. But the area in front of your door is the starting and ending point of daily activities. It needs to feel light and flexible in order to support the flow of life. When a color that feels too still is placed here, it creates a mismatch in energy. That mismatch can make everything feel slower than it needs to be. There is another aspect to dark green. It stretches the sense of time and softens boundaries. This color adds visual depth, making spaces look like they are pulling back instead of opening forward. When placed at the front door, where the function should be quick transition, this sense of stretching can blur the line between inside and outside. While this may not cause an immediate issue, over time, it can make your routines feel unclear, whether it is in work, relaxation, or financial management. When life lacks clear boundaries, it also becomes harder to keep stability or control how money flows in and out. If you are already using a dark green doormat, a great way to neutralize its effect is by shifting it from being so static. Instead of keeping the mat in the exact same spot for too long, try moving it slightly based on the season or your routines. Slide it inward or outward, depending on the time of year. This small change helps break the sense of stagnation that dark green can create. The fourth color, earth brown. Earth brown doormats do not work well in front of the house because they blend in too much with the surroundings, making the entrance hard to recognize. Earth brown is close in tone to natural elements like soil, tiles, steps, or concrete. So when a mat of this color is placed at the front door, it easily disappears into the background. This causes the entryway to lose its definition. It no longer feels like a distinct space, but just a dull extension of the outside. When the entry point is not clearly marked, the interior also loses a sense of structure from the very beginning. This reduces the overall clarity and intentional layout of the home. Another effect of using an earth brown mat is that the entrance becomes less noticeable and is more likely to be ignored during daily use. Since the mat does not stand out, it does not visually remind people to pause, wipe their shoes, or adjust themselves before entering the home. As a result, the mat's original function gets weaker over time. And when something no longer works the way it should, the effects build up silently, from bringing dirt and moisture into the house to lowering the overall quality of the shared living space. If your home already has an earth brown doormat, a good fix is to pick one with clear edges, sharp corners, and a size that makes the space feel more defined. Avoid mats that completely blend in with the floor or steps. Also, make sure the entryway is kept neat and clean. When the boundary becomes visible again, earth brown will stop being confusing in function and simply become a neutral color within the home. Once you know which doormat colors to avoid and how to correct them properly, it is important to remember that fixing the problem only helps block negative energy. It does not automatically bring in new, positive energy to your home. To truly shift your space into a more fortunate and peaceful state after placing a suitable doormat, all you need is a few simple Feng Shui items placed underneath it to reactivate the energy flow at the front entrance. The first item, coins. Placing coins under the doormat at your front door is a straightforward and powerful way to direct financial energy. The front entrance is where everything flows in people, opportunities, information, and also wealth. Each day, as people move in and out, the energy in this area gets stirred up. Without something steady to anchor it, money tends to enter and then flow right back out, like water slipping through a crack without staying. The real power of placing coins under the mat is not about attracting more money, but about keeping it and minimizing unnecessary losses. Many households are not struggling financially, income is steady, yet money always seems to run short by the end of the month. The issue is usually not how much they earn, but how quickly money gets lost through impulsive spending or repeated small leaks. When a financial symbol is placed in the right spot, right at the entrance, it creates a more grounded mindset and energy field. People become more mindful with spending, make calmer financial choices, and money is less likely to drain out too fast. To make this work effectively, it needs to be clear and consistent, no complicated rituals required. Start by choosing 3 clean, untarnished coins. Wrap them in clean white paper and place them right under the center of the doormat. These coins will form a focused energy point right at the doorway. The most important part is not the material or how fancy it looks, but the intention. To stabilize your finances, hold on to wealth, and create a sense of financial peace in daily life. When your front door is clean, the mat is neat, and underneath is a purposefully placed financial symbol, your home naturally becomes more orderly, lighter in energy, and more supportive of long-term savings. The second item, a small salt pouch. In everyday life, people carry all kinds of emotional states with them when they come home: stress, worries, financial pressure, mental fatigue. These states create a heavy energy layer at the entryway. Placing salt in this area helps your home filter out that excess energy before it spreads further inside, preventing energy imbalance from causing financial chaos. A home with heavy energy at the front door often makes the people inside feel irritable, impatient, and more likely to make rushed financial decisions. In addition, the salt pouch creates a kind of neutral cushion at the entrance, helping the energy flow into the home more gently and steadily. When emotions are more balanced, spending habits also tend to become more moderate, and money is not drained due to impulsive moods. Many people have noticed that after using a salt pouch under the doormat for a while, the atmosphere in the house feels lighter, daily routines flow better, and financial pressure seems to ease up. This is an indirect but very real effect, not magical thinking or superstition. To use the salt pouch correctly, all you need is a small amount of dry sea salt, wrapped in plain white paper or placed inside a small red cloth bag. Put it neatly under the center of the doormat, nothing else needs to be added. What matters is to replace the pouch regularly, about every 30 to 45 days, so the salt does not become overloaded with old energy. When it is time to change it, simply remove the old pouch and place a new one. No ceremony or prayer needed. This regular and intentional practice keeps your entryway fresh and clear, creating the perfect condition for wealth to enter smoothly, stay stable, and grow over time. The third item, a handwritten message with positive intention. Placing a small piece of paper with a positive message under your doormat is a powerful way to clearly define what kind of energy your home operates with. When a meaningful message is placed right at the threshold, your living space naturally begins to take shape in a more stable and intentional way. The message helps reduce financial loss caused by scattered thoughts or inconsistent behaviors. When life feels full of worry, pressure, or fear of lack, people are more likely to make financial choices driven by emotion, leading to repeat losses over time. This piece of paper does not directly affect money. Instead, it helps stabilize the rhythm of life behind the door. When life slows down and has clearer direction, finances tend to be handled better and less money is wasted on short-term urges. This method is practical and noticeable, not mystical or exaggerated. To use this technique, simply prepare a clean, small piece of paper and handwrite one single clear affirmation, such as, "Everything that enters and leaves this home follows order and balance." Place the paper directly on the floor, right in front of the door, and then set the doormat over it, making sure the message stays aligned with the doorway. Leave it there for about 7 to 21 days. Go about your daily life, normally do not move or check it. Once the time is up, lift the doormat, remove the message, and throw it away. Do not replace it right away. If you want to repeat the process, wait at least 1 month before doing it again. This method emphasizes timing and completion, allowing the message to fully serve its purpose in adjusting your lifestyle rather than turning it into a permanent item like the others. So, we have just completed a very practical journey together, from identifying the doormat colors you should avoid in order to prevent negative energy from entering your home, to learning how to correct those issues and reactivate the flow of positive energy right at your front door. None of these steps are grand or expensive. They are simply subtle adjustments, placed exactly where wealth and peace are meant to pass through first. When the entrance to your home is cared for properly, the rhythm of life behind that door gradually becomes more orderly, lighter, and easier to stabilize. The most important thing to remember is this: Feng Shui does not change your life overnight, but it gently shifts the direction your life is heading over time. A clean, well-chosen doormat, along with a few small items placed with intention, is not about chasing luck. It is about preventing unnecessary loss, helping your money and positive energy stay, instead of slipping away without you realizing it. When your home gives you a feeling of peace, it becomes easier to make wise, thoughtful decisions, and that is the true foundation for lasting prosperity. Before we end, leave a comment down below filled with positive energy to open up your own flow of good fortune today. You can write, "My home is always clean and in harmony, ready to welcome luck and let it stay with my family." And do not forget to like this video and subscribe to Master Zhen, Feng Shui Secrets for Wealth, so you can continue this journey with me, learning about Feng Shui in a way that is practical and easy to apply. I will keep sharing how to arrange your living space to feel more comfortable, to help you keep your money, and to protect peace and warmth within your family. We will see each other again in future videos, where even the smallest change in your home can lead to a lasting difference in your life.